Have you ever read a story that completely changed how you see the world? That's the power of the parables Jesus told. They weren't just simple tales for their time. They're timeless lessons packed with wisdom that still speak to us today. But sometimes, the language and context can feel a bit distant. So today, let's break down some of Jesus's most famous parables and uncover the simple, powerful truths hidden within them. Let's start with one of the most well-known, the parable of the Good Samaritan. The story goes like this: a man is beaten, robbed, and left for dead on the side of the road. A priest and another religious man walk by, but they both cross the street to avoid him. Then, Samaritan, someone from a group despised by the Jews at the time, comes along. He feels compassion, bandages the man's wounds, takes him to an inn, and even pays for his care. Jesus told this story to answer the question, who is my neighbor? The answer is profound. It's not just about the people who look like us, think like us, or live next door. Our neighbor is anyone in need, and love is shown through action, not just words or intentions. It challenges us to look past our biases and show compassion to everyone, especially those we might be tempted to ignore. Next, let's look at the parable of the prodigal son. This is a story about a father and his two sons. The younger son demands his inheritance early, leaves home, and wastes it all on a wild lifestyle. When a famine hits and he's left with nothing, he humbly decides to go home and beg his father to hire him as a servant. But what happens when he returns? His father, who had been watching for him every day, runs to him, embraces him, and throws a huge party to celebrate his return. The older son, who had been dutifully working the whole time, gets angry and resentful. He can't understand why his reckless brother is being celebrated. This story is a beautiful picture of unconditional love and forgiveness. The father represents a love that doesn't keep score. It doesn't matter how far we've strayed or what mistakes we've made, the door is always open for a heartfelt return. It also reminds us not to be like the older brother, who let bitterness block him from celebrating someone else's restoration. Another powerful one is the parable of the sower. Jesus talks about a farmer who scatters seeds on different types of ground. Some seeds fall on a hard path and are eaten by birds. Some fall on rocky ground, sprout quickly, but wither because they have no roots. Other seeds fall among thorns, which choke the plants as they grow, but some seeds fall on good soil, and they produce an amazing crop. Jesus explained that the seed is the Word of God, and the different souls represent our hearts. Some people hear the message, but it never sinks in. Others receive it with joy, but when challenges come, their faith fades. Some let the worries of life and the desire for other things choke out the message, but those with open and receptive hearts allow the word to take root and transform their lives, producing wonderful fruit like kindness, patience, and love. This parable encourages us to cultivate our hearts to be that good soil. Finally, consider the parable of the lost sheep. A shepherd has 100 sheep, and one of them wanders off. What does he do? He leaves the 99 safe sheep to go search for that one lost sheep. And when he finds it, he joyfully carries it home and calls his friends to celebrate. Jesus used this story to show how much every single individual matters. It's easy to feel small or insignificant in a big world, to feel like just one in a crowd. But this parable tells us that we are so valued that we are worth searching for. It speaks of a relentless, personal love that never gives up on us, no matter how lost we feel. These stories are so much more than ancient tales. They are invitations. An invitation to love our neighbors actively, to accept and offer forgiveness freely, to cultivate a receptive heart, and to understand just how incredibly valued we are. The genius of Jesus' parables is their simplicity. They bypass our arguments and defenses and speak directly to our hearts, challenging us to live with more compassion, grace, and purpose. Thanks for joining me today to explore these incredible stories. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that dives deep into timeless wisdom. Until next time, take care.